Technology can both amaze and horrify us. Our next story tonight is more about the latter, the horrific part, courtesy a new product on the market, a suicide pod. It is exactly what it sounds like, a pod meant to assist suicides. It is a futuristic-looking contraption. Once a person climbs into it, nitrogen gas will be released, oxygen will be eliminated, and within minutes the person will die, all at the cost of just $20. It is the very definition of dystopian. Understandably, the pod has received severe backlash. It has been met with calls for bans, but the makers are undeterred. They plan to launch the suicide pod in Switzerland. Here's a report.
This is Sarco, the Tesla of euthanasia. At least that's what it's been dubbed, because this is a suicide pod. In crass but simpler terms, it's a portable machine to kill oneself. This is a futuristic-looking 3D printed machine. It was first unveiled in 2019. Ever since then, it has been mired in controversy, and expectedly so. But now the drama has reached new heights, because for the first time it will be open to use.
That releases the lid. The lid is very light to touch, so it's very...
The details are not clear yet, but the pod is expected to be launched in Switzerland and put to use in the coming months. Why Switzerland? Because of their law. Assisted suicide has been legal in the country since the 1940s. And there are two requirements. First, the person wishing to die must pass a psychiatric test. Secondly, the assisted suicide has to be performed by someone with no direct interest in the death. The procedure is straightforward. There are legal guardrails. This makes Switzerland among the best options for assisted suicide, not just for its own citizens, but globally. The country is now called a suicide tourism magnet. So Switzerland was the obvious pick. But what differentiates the pod from other means of euthanasia? How does it work? After the psychiatric test is complete, the pod will allow a person to die without the requirement of medical supervision. The makers say it will reduce the dependence on doctors.
So they climb in to the capsule, they close the lid, they will be asked questions, and that part works. A few questions are asked to see whether they know what they're doing. Who are you? Where are you? What happens if you press the button? That allows the power to come onto the Sarco, and then the person says, if you want to die, the voice says in the processor, press this button. The person presses the button. Immediately in the base, the generator, a large quantity of nitrogen is produced, which eliminates all of the oxygen in the actual capsule.
Once the button is pressed, the expected time frame is 5 minutes before death occurs. The pod has been primarily built for people with serious physical illnesses. Plus, it's relatively cheap. It costs $20, so it's accessible. But the idea has invited more discomfort than praise. The pod has received severe backlash.
This is a solution that we really don't understand, which is luxurious. We could call it that. That is the design. But it seems totally inappropriate to us. The way we work, using pentobarbital, which is prescribed by a doctor, which allows people to die gently, surrounded by their loved ones, friends, and children, is a death that is so much more serene than shutting oneself up alone in a Sarco, even if that Sarco happens to be facing the Matterhorn.
Authorities have suggested that the device should be banned. They have called for severe punishment for those assisting the suicide and the inventor. Critics call him Dr. Death. But the inventor is sticking to his guns, or pod, in this case.
It's not just some medical privilege for the very sick. It's a fundamental human right. If you've got the precious gift of life, you should be able to give that gift away at the time of your choosing.
So that's the logic, returning a gift. But one thing that takers should know is once a decision is made, they won't be able to change their minds. Because once you press that button, there's no going back.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment.
So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
As the world warms, nature's sentinels will rise. As a billion hands will dig deep to write a new future for our planet.
On the show today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon fans moved across to the West Indies. What can you expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Green, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
We start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. The first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost America. I'm Eric Ham, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C.